Welcome to the stream, everyone. How are we doing on this fine evening? How are we doing? How are we doing, everybody? Welcome along to the stream, the live preview for Hull City versus Birmingham City. Something's happened today, you could say, that you may have seen to do with myself. Smallwood Lucas says, "See." How you doing, Hostile Hen? All right, mate. Yeah, something happened today, which you might have seen on Instagram or Twitter. I can't hold it with the other. Wait, can I? I'm just going to make sure that the batch number's covered. Anyway, I've had my first COVID vaccine. Yeah. So my left arm is in the mud. This arm is kind of dead. I can hardly lift it, but we'll move anyway. We've had the international break. We're re-energized. I've had a trim, but my hair's an absolute state under here, so I've got a Lewis Hamilton special edition Silverstone hat on. Life is good. Life is good. How's it doing, Adrian? You all right? I'm well. Owen says, all right, mate, hopefully we can build on the win against Barnsley. Just before we get into the preview, though, I am once again going to plug FanHub. This golden ticket code, JPJ018, has 3 uses remaining, ladies and gentlemen. I will just double check now. It does still have 3 uses remaining. That is correct. So if you're not already on FanHub, get yourself onto the app using my golden ticket code that is gone along the bottom of your screen or is on screen there, thanks to the wonderness that is my phone. And FanHub, Hostile Hen, is the best app for football fans in the business. It's made by football fans for football fans, right? On here, you can predict your team, which I still need to do for this Birmingham game, and we'll do that together once I reveal my predicted team later on. It tracks all of your data from previous games. You check in to games just, an hour before kickoff. You can do a stadium check-in, which gets you more points towards your fan score. And you're in a league with all other Hull City fans, basically. It tracks everything, plain and simple, absolutely everything. So far this season, I have got 82% average prediction accuracy for my lineup predictions. I've got 3 100% correct. I've predicted Matt Ingram mostly and predicted him correctly mostly as well. My most incorrectly predicted player is Tyler Smith. I've attended, is it 12 or 13 games? I'm not sure because I think I forgot to check in for one, but I don't know. Visited 5 stadiums. Most visited, of course, is the MKM. I've done 4 away days this year, every single home game. I've travelled a total of 606 miles for away games watching Hull City. And I've seen 3 wins, 1 draw, and 8 defeats in person. You get fan shares for checking into games, and for me, because I'm a FanHub content partner, I get fan shares for putting the game out to you guys and for people on the app viewing my content. Because if you go onto fan feed, you can see, if I click on here, my live preview, if it focuses, there we go, is ready, and you can watch it on the app just like that. So, get yourself downloaded and use that code that's on the bottom of your screen now, going round and round and round. I can't do it with this arm, so I'll do everything with this arm tonight. And yeah, get yourself on the app. That code has 3 uses remaining. Let's try and get that down a little bit more. F1 is looking interesting now. It is. It's looking very interesting. I've just revealed my hair now. It's awful. But backing Sir Lewis. Backing Lewis. Qatar's going to be interesting, though. Qatar is going to be very, very interesting. Because that kilometre-long straight should suit Mercedes and the way Hamilton performed at Brazil with his new engine. However, it's all sort of low-speed, medium-speed corners, which suits the Red Bull more. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Don't know which one's going to be quicker. It's been the same all the way since March, and this season has absolutely flown by. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about F1. I'm here to talk about the footer. The footer, Hull City versus Birmingham, from Brummie, Birmingham, very boring accent. Anyway, isn't Hamilton like a cheat or something? No, he's not. He's not. Anyway, match-worn shirts is the first port of call tonight because the match-worn poppy shirts from our game against Barnsley are on matchwornshirt.com now, raising money for the Royal British Legion. The highest bidded shirt is Keane Lewis Potter at nearly £500. Then it's Honeyman at just over 300, Jacob Greaves and Louis Coyle at about £300 as well. The lowest one is Nathan Baxter. His first Hull City League shirt is only £123 on auction. So, if you want to go out and get yourself... The code ran out. Let me just Yeah, I did say only. That's very weird. It's still quite a lot. No, the code still says, I'll put it back on big view. The code still says, look, if it focuses, still says 3 uses remaining. If you can see that, still says 3 uses remaining. Just make sure you've got the code right. GPJ018 Hostile Hen. Does Honeyman still play for us? Yes. Anyway, back to match-worn shirts. Yeah, the club said that the ones from Coventry and from West Brom would be auctioned off as well. That hasn't come on yet. It's only the Barnsley one, and then from last year, it's Fleetwood as well in the FA Cup. But if you want to go out and get yourself one of these, it's a single. There's only one of each of these shirts. So, get yourself a match-worn poppy shirt if, of course, you want to pay over £100. It was a baller last season in League One. He was. Sorry, I put 3 at the end. There we go. We have someone on Fan Hub. On to the main bulk of the preview now, then. Team news, Alfie Jones and Tom Huddleston, hamstring, remain out. Huddleston was back on the grass yesterday. Both of them have, of course, done the hamstrings. Louis Coyle has had surgery on ruptured ankle ligaments. Grant McCann didn't put a timescale on his return. And Louis Coyle has spent his time in hospital after surgery, blocking a load of Hull City fans on Twitter. It's been a case of block, mute, block, all that stuff. So, let's see some of these comments, shall we? I'm trying to see if there's any glaring sort of hate comments. But he spent his time basically blocking everyone, giving him a load of stuff, giving him a load of rubbish, giving about his performance, the fact Emmanuel's better than him. I'm sitting on the fence for now. We'll get into that later. You know, about the team being poor this season. So he's just blocked and muted them all. He's taken a leaf out of his manager's book there. Huddleston more injury prone than Dembele. He's not. He's had 2 injuries. He's had 2 injuries this year, and it's just a shame that they've all been pretty long term. Let's have a look at Usman, Dembele injury history. Let's go, shall we? Transfer market do this stuff. Let's have a look just in 2021. I know it was a joke, Lucas. Don't worry. I'm just trying to prove a point. In 2021 alone, look at it. He came back from an injury, then got injured again 3 days later. That is Tom Huddleston after Peterborough, to be fair. I know it was a joke. Don't worry. I know you prefer Richie because he's your uncle. I understand that. No, it won't, lad. What do you mean? No, it won't. I'm not sure what point you're referring to there, hostile hen. Anyway, Josh Emmanuel over Louis Coyle says Owen Rundle. Okay, let's have a swift little gander then over to Ref Watch, where, if it loads, there we go. The referee is Tony Harrington. The 2 liners are Adrian Holmes and Akil Housen, and the 4th official is Mark Edwards. Next up, then, we have, if I can load the page because it's been quite slow. City's website isn't being my best friend at the moment. I'm trying to get stats up, but it's not having it. There we go. Where is it? There it is. So these are our stats taken from the last game against Barnsley. As Football Manager gets some nice promo down the side there. We had less possession than them. We made less passes than them due to that. However, more shots. They had a better shot accuracy than us in terms of shots on target, but who scored twice? Defensively, made the good tackles. Did give away some amount of fouls, however, not particularly too many. In case you're also interested in this, I'll quickly just show you this in a bit of sort of club news. Harry Fisk and Josh Hines have gone out on loan to Northern Premier League Division 1 Midlands side, Spalding United, on a 1-month loan. So they're in line to make the debuts away to Coles Hill Town this Saturday, kick-off 3 p.m. And in case you're wondering who plays for that team, I'm just going to Google this one person. And I'm going to share it with you. You may remember this man, Marcus Maddison. He is now at Spalding United. Does it show you his stats? No. Oh, it does. 5 games, 2 goals for them. Yeah. Marcus Maddison, eh? Whatever happened to him? He's now defined on Wikipedia as a semi-professional footballer. How those who think they are so mighty have fallen. Cole looking like a homeless man with his hair down. Are we going to win tomorrow? We'll see. We'll see. Remember, we were on a winning streak against teams beginning with B. Barnsley get battered everywhere they go. What's the point of a 1-month loan? It happens at underage level to get them experience. 1-month loan, strange. You play like 2 games. The games are more intense at that level, I think. Ahmed Salam went to Linfield. Him and Billy Chadwick are at Linfield this season. Chadwick is there until January. But there's an option for that loan to be extended. And Salam is there for the season. They both scored in a cup game the other week. Chadwick got his first professional hat-trick. Salam came off the bench and grabbed a goal. Turn it off. Is that Marcus Maddison? I assume so. He was rubbish for us, he was. Good luck tomorrow, mate. I think Hull win 2-0. Thank you, Chelsea fan. And Edit Sorcerer says, hi. Yeah, Maddison wasn't exactly the best for us, was he? Not really. Not really. And also, on talk of under 23s, after the game tomorrow, there is an under 23s game at the MKM Stadium. So the under 23s will play their PDL fixture against Coventry at the MKM on Saturday, kickoff 5:30, straight after our game with Birmingham. You can attend for free. And people who aren't even going to the game itself, the first team game, can attend for free. So if you want to watch the under 23s, go for it. I probably would stay. However, I think my dad would have something to say about that. Oh, why the hell do you want to watch them? The first team's shit. Why do you want to watch the youngsters? That's the way to say. Love you, Dad, if you're watching. He's not watching. He's in the other room. Wasn't he partying before matches? I did hear something about him getting drunk on Home Arena before a game. Who knows? KLP over Mbappe. Nice. And greetings from Germany from Cameronesi 52. Nice. And sort of head-to-head battles this week. As we do with all these live previews, we're just going to have a look through their team. So their keepers, it's Neil Etheridge, their number one keeper, I do believe. I will just double check that. In fact, no, it's... is it Sarkic? Yeah, it's Sarkic. It's the number 13, Matthias Sarkic, their number one keeper. What on earth is this? Fordwood. Defenders, they tend to play a three-back. They play either a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-1-2, with the one being a cam. They've got Maxime Curlin, who has been a stalwart for years of the Championship. George Friend at Middlesbrough, the same. Dion Sanderson was at Sunderland last year. We played against him. Juan Castillo was, he's a Chelsea youngster, I think. Midfielders-wise, Jonathan Lecco, you might recognise that name. Riley McGree also. Ivan Sunjic, you might recognise him. Gary Gardner, you might recognise him as well. Forwards, Scott Hogan, Lucas Jutkiewicz, Jeremy Baylor, Sam Cosgrove. And do they narrow that down for wingers more? Jordan Graham, we were after him in the summer, supposedly. Of course, we've got Troy Deeney. We've got Chuks and Nike as well. Midfield, they've got Tahit Chong, Ryan Woods, Lee Bowyer, their manager. I don't know why they don't all just group this better into midfielders and whatever. This is the way this is laid out is set out absolutely awfully. But, you know, it is what it is. And then Craig Gardner, I didn't know this until I've looked just now, is their assistant manager. He's doing all right, isn't he? It's all right for sub. Go straight from playing career into... Yeah. Edit Sorcerer has a season pass. What do I think about the new Turkish owners? Very, very excited. I'm expecting it to be done within the sort of next sort of 2-3 weeks. And then Millwall could be our last home game under the Alam regime. I make it sound like it's a dynasty or some sort of what do you call it? The reign of a supreme leader. Who knows? But yeah, Millwall could be our last home game. If not, it's probably going to be Bristol City, our last home game, because I don't see it being done in the next week, based on what I've heard. He had one good game in that 4-4 with Swansea, did Marcus Maddison. Rainbow Flicks can't do. Neil Etheridge got 176 points in FPL season once. Yes, he did. Etheridge is injured. Yeah, thought so. Scenes at Barnsley away when we were sat behind you. Didn't one of you fall over after the goal? Fall over the seat into me. I've got a phone out filming the pitch. Yeah, 1-0 up, uneven. And then I just fall forward. I feel one of you clobbering to my ankles. Wow. George Friend's a left back, plays centre back. Lol. Me watches Joe Hall. Chong's at United now. Yeah. Chong isn't left. He went back to United after picking up an injury. All right. Never knew that, Luke. Never knew that, Lewis. Gotta go. See you, hostile hen. And you saw me at the Barnsley game, did you, Lucas Smallwood? Why didn't you come and say hello? Why didn't you come and say hello, mate? I don't bite unless we're losing. And it's 8-0. You've all seen evidence of that. You've all seen evidence of that. Current form then for Birmingham. They lost the last game 2-1 to Reading, and we'll get on to what's happened to them very, very soon. They've won 1, 2, 3. They've won 3 of their last 5, won 3 of their last 4. So they're looking very good. They picked up a point at Huddersfield. Did lose 3-0 to Nottingham Forest, though. And then for us, well, our form did get the win. However, we had to wait 5 games from our previous one. And then from there, we had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, 10 games between those 2. And then the league table. This is going to get interesting, isn't it? Do we have a Chelsea goalkeeper on loan? Yes, we do. We have Nathan Baxter. Kept a clean sheet in his first league appearance. Am I going to the Millwall game? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, the league table then, it's getting very interesting. The top the top 3, I think, will be out of sight come season's end. From here down, it's quite interesting. Steve Cooper's got Nottingham Forest out of the mud. Middlesbrough now managerless. Reading have been deducted 6 points for financial breaches. Derby have been deducted a further 9 for financial breaches. So Reading are now 4 points ahead of us. Derby are now 15 points below us after 17 games. They've got a great record, but administration and financial stuff has fully seen them in. Phil Lyle, thanks for your support, mate. I'm not sure if I've said your name right. I probably haven't. It's me. And us Brits, we have a way to sort of change the way all the names are pronounced. We have a tendency to change names to suit our language. It's probably a British name, though. I just can't pronounce it. Anyway, tonight, kicking off in about 15 minutes' time, we have QPR versus Luton. Tomorrow, the early kickoff is Sheffield United versus Coventry. And then the rest of the games tomorrow are all 3 o'clock kickoff. Swansea, Blackpool, Fulham, Barnsley, Reading, Nottingham Forest, Preston, Cardiff, Millwall face Middlesbrough at the Riverside. We play Birmingham at home, Huddersfield, West Brom, Stoke, Peterborough, Bristol City, Blackburn, and then on the 21st, which is Sunday, the only game is Derby versus Bournemouth, top versus bottom, and then we've got games in midweek as well. The preview might be quite short in midweek. I'm gonna be brutally honest, because I've had mock exams this week. I've got mock exams next week as well. It's less intense next week than it has been this week. This week has just been pure struggle for me personally. I've been knackered every single day. But today I've not had a single exam. So I thought they could have spread my English and maths out a bit more instead of putting, English and maths together on the first day. English, maths and Spanish listening all together on the second day. Spanish on its own on the third day. That was the reading paper. Then maths and Spanish Spanish writing on Thursday, and not just leave me with no exam today. Well, I tell a lie. I did have an exam. It was a mock photography exam. However, we don't have to do a photography exam this year, so it was just 2 hours focused on coursework. But you don't want to hear my life story, so, you know. Might go down, but not bottom. I think Derby are dead and buried now. I see what all the home games. Nice, nice. Come and say hello. Like I just said then, I don't bite unless we're losing 8-0. Spoke to you after the Barnsley game. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Leo. And how tall am I? I am... I think I did this the other day. I'll stand up. So you can sort of see my height. In case you're wondering, tall as my curtain rail. My window is sort of this tall. And I'm about 5'10", just over 5'10", when I last knew my height. So, yeah, nice. I feel I've adjusted my camera angle now. I'll show you that. That's annoying. I've got to get back in. Frame now. But yeah, 5'10". I did a long-winded answer to that, but I'm 5'10". So now I've lost track of where I am now. Memorable match. There we go. And we've got a comment. Taller than you, Owen. Taller than you. Okay. So memorable match. 30th of September 2017. We beat Birmingham 6-1. There was a scrap between the away fans and the home fans. Birmingham tend to bring a lot. So, you know. Good on Birmingham. Always have a very good fan base. Our team looked like, well, I'll tell you the scorers first. Fraser Campbell got the opener. David Myler then scored from the penalty spot. Bowen rounded off the goals for the first half. Then Grzycki and Henriksen scored in quick succession before Seb Larsson put the final nail in the coffin for Birmingham. And then Sam Gallagher grabbed a consolation at the end for Birmingham. I forgot. I'm trying to think of a nice word for them then, but forgot one. So our team was this. Alan McGregor in goal. The back four was Ola Aina, Michael Dawson, Michael Hector, and Max Clark. The two holding midfielders were Seb Larsson and David Myler. On the right was Jared Bowen. On the left was Kamil Grzycki. And John Terrell was behind Fraser Campbell. Our bench that day was Will Mannion, the sub-keeper, Andrzej Mazuk, Jackson Irvine, Noah Dicko, James Weir, Marcus Henriksen, and Fikayo Tomori. Leonid Slutsky was our manager. I don't remember James Weir getting subbed on that day. Anyway, the team for Birmingham managed by, Lee Carsley. Wow. That's a long time ago, isn't it? So the team was Kuszak in goal. That is Thomas Kuszak, isn't it? Yeah, Thomas Kuszak. The back four was Nsu, Morrison, Harley Dean, and Maxim Collin. Then Chekundoy, Craig Gardner, and is that David Davis? Yes, it is David Davis in their midfield. Jacques Magala on the right, Jeremy Berger on the left, Lucas Jukovic leading the line. Their bench, Connell Truman was the sub-keeper, Jonathan Grounds, Matt Roberts, Isaac Vassell, Sam Gallagher, David Cottrell, and Stephen Gleeson made up the bench for the Blues that day. Thought you looked tall in real life. Nearly 6 foot, mate. 5'10", you know, you've got to round that up to 6 foot. I think I'll reach 6 foot legitimately though. Was there save again tomorrow? Fingers crossed. KLP is not better than Bowen. Sorry. At City, no, Bowen was still miles better. We had some players then, Phil. We did have some players then. Then the last time we played these guys, that was the first away game back after lockdown, I think. Or was it the first game back from lockdown? I'm going to have to check this. I'm going to have to check my documents here. I've got my documents. If Word opens... Was this the first game back after lockdown? No, it was the first away game back after lockdown because we played Charlton just before that. Anyway, this was the second game back after lockdown to summarise. And. Thought we were going to win it for so long. After McGuinness gave us the lead 2 minutes in, James Scott doubled it 14 minutes later. Gary Gardner got the Blues back in it just after half-time before Herbie Kane reinstated our 2-goal lead. Dan Crowley levelled it before Kane got us back in the lead in what was, I'd say, his best game in a Hull City shirt. And then Gary Gardner equalised with 2 minutes remaining. Excuse me. Yeah, this was James Scott's first goal for the club. Our team under Grant McCann looked like this. George Long in goal. The back four was Matthew Pennington, Reece Burke, Georgie Device, Callum Elder. Midfield three was Herbie Kane, Dan Batty, and Leonardo da Silva Lopez. James Scott on the left, Malik Wilkes on the right, and Josh McGuinness led the line. Our bench was Matt Ingram, the sub-keeper, then Ryan Tafazoli, Kevin Stewart, Tom Eaves, John Terrell, Angus McDonald, George Honeyman, Josh Bowler, and Keane Lewis Potter. Grant McCann, our manager at that time, still it is now. For Birmingham, Lee Camp in goal, back four of Colin Dean, Jake Clark, Salter, and Pedersen. Crowley starting for them. We'll touch on Dan Crowley in a minute. As did Jude Bellingham with Kifton Bell and Gardner in the middle. Jutkiewicz and Scott Hogan led the line. The bench for them, Conor Truman, the sub-keeper, Wes Harding, Jeremy Baylor, Boyd Muntz, Burke, Stirk, Con Cannon, Reed, and Nico Gordon rounded it off. And that was when Pep Clotet, whatever, was their manager. I said we'd touch on Dan Crowley. We'll get on to him in just a second. I forgot to change the banner. Oh, well. But we'll get on to record first, taken from 11 versus 11. If you want to see the full details of this yourself. We've won 22 games against Birmingham, drawn 19, lost 26. We've won 22 out of how many is that? I can't be bothered to do maths. I've had 3 higher maths papers this week. Each of them have been absolutely shocking. So I'm just going to use my phone calculator. 67 games against Birmingham. We've won 22 of them. We won our first 1, 2, 3, 4. We won our first 5 meetings with Birmingham. We had a spell where we had 4 draws in a row, 3 defeats in a row. And then it's been this here. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defeats in a row between 1955 and 1969 against these guys. And then, we've had our spells. We are unbeaten in our last 4 against these guys, 2 of which being 3 all draws. So make of that what you will. How long have I been doing YouTube properly? I'd say about. Good question. Maybe say sort of 4, 5 years properly. Well, no, maybe 3 or 4 years properly, where it's become one of my sole focuses. Everything. Well, years before that, it was just sort of I'll do this. It's fun. I enjoy it. City Till I Die says Birmingham apparently best away fans in the Championship. I'm writing it on E2. And Millwall always bring good support wherever they go. Honeyman, Doherty, Smallwood clear of that midfield. Point. What do you think about Grant's survival after the takeover? Phil, it's done. The first thing they're doing, they're going to wipe the embargo by paying off the loan. The first thing they're going to do after that is sack Grant, bring in Shota Arveladze, and then he's going to have money to spend in January. They're already preparing for January, say Hull Live. They're expecting bids for Greaves and Lewis Potter. The club are confident of wafting away interest on those 2. And yeah, if you're wondering what Arveladze's system is, it's a 4-3-3 again. But hopefully, actually tactically in depth from other than just the formation, it's a lot better than the useless stuff we've got going on now. 3 wins a season, all that gash. So quickly, I am just going to share my full screen. This is going to make life very difficult for you. As we do shared shirts, Dan Crowley was on loan at us last season, made his debut for us against Accrington in a 3-0 win. I've just slapped my arm. That's my vaccinated one. It's dead. In a 3-0 win. Made his first start the day before transfer deadline day against Swindon in a 1-0 win. His last game was when we lifted the trophy away at Charlton. He played 23 times for us, didn't score or get an assist either, I don't think. And then for Birmingham, I'm not going to trust these Wikipedia stats too much. However, saying he only played 45 times for that. Oh, no, that does make sense. It makes sense because he was frozen out this season. And that's why he was loaned to us. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. We'll leave that. We'll leave that. Sacked in the morning is my favourite chant. Goodbye embargo, sack Grant, hello Prem. The first objective has to be survival this year. And then from there, we can sustain ourselves as a championship club and build on that. So, no, all there is to say. Anyway, my predicted 11. What do I think he'll go with? This. Baxter in goal, back four, Emmanuel, Bernard, Greaves and Elder. Centre mids, Honeyman, Smallwood, Doherty, Wilkes on the right, Lewis Potter on the left, McGuinness up top. However, my wanted 11, we're not going to go with a 3-5-2 because I'm going to combine the two, really. Going to combine what I think Grant will do with how I would put players in his system. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good. Nice on the vaccination, by the way. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, my arm's dead, and when I slapped my arm, then yeah, I regretted that. I regretted that instantly. But you know, put me in a room full of people full of COVID, I'll be fine. I've not had COVID yet. I've got off quite likely. Anyway, we're going to adapt my wanted 11 to this. Baxter in goal. The back four is Emmanuel, Bernard, Greaves and Elder. The centre mids, Matt Smith, Honeyman and Doherty. On the right, I'd go Longman. On the left, Lewis Potter. Up top, Tyler Smith. On the bench, Ingram, Smallwood, Wilkes, Eaves, McLaughlin, Monker and McGuinness. It was harsh of Grant to drop Ingram. But I've combined in this what I think Grant will do with an element of what I would do. Based on the performance Baxter put in the other week, you can't drop him. It's harsh on Ingram, but you can't drop him. Longman, I thought he was brilliant when he came on. Same with Tyler Smith. You can't drop Lewis Potter. Lucas Smallwood is offended. I'm sorry, Lucas. When Huddleston's back, Huddleston will be straight in that team. Is what it is. And finally then, predicted score. I'm going to say we are going to win 1-0. I'm going to say we're going to keep it tight at the back. These are in good form, yes. However, I think we're going to keep it tight at the back, use some momentum, and we're going to taste victory for the second time in a row, for the first time this season. And then back on the takeover front, I was giving away these cards, wasn't I? I gave away one of Honeyman. I've got some more at the back here to be signed to give away to you guys. Got one of Greaves, Wilkes, Lewis Potter, Emmanuel, Huddleston as well. I have a feeling I'm going to have to spend another £15 getting a load more of these made when we've got, one, a new manager, and two, a load of new Turkish players in January. But it's fine. If they help us stay up, I don't mind at all. Thank you very much for watching this one, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please do drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on the road to 2K subscribers. We're getting there, boys and girls. We're getting there, everyone. We're getting there, everyone. Come on. Hit that big red button. Grey it out. You know, make it share. Make it say subscribe. Lucas, what are you going to do with the Huddleston one? What are you going to do with the Huddleston one? I'm kidding, mate. I'm kidding. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you later. Have fun. Goodbye.